Hello everyone, my name is Fear Dragon, and welcome to Patreon vlog number 2. So to get things started, I'll just kind of say, this is a vlog that was started because of a Patreon goal, and it's a weekly thing where I'm just gonna give updates about what's going on, where the money's going. I, for the most part, haven't actually received any of the money. I won't be seeing any of it until probably July, which is the next month. That's sort of intentional because that's when NA Ladder Heroes is starting. So, gonna be starting with NA Ladder Heroes. First 128 or so dollars is probably gonna just go into that, trying to boost the prize pools into various ways. But besides that, this vlog, I'm just gonna cover what's coming up with me in the next week, and yeah, just what's been going on. So, coming up in terms of casting. Tomorrow, i.e. June 14th, I'm going to be casting the ESL NA Open, and that's going to actually be with someone I've never commentated with before, Drenok. So looking forward to that. We're going to see how things kind of mesh. ESL NA Open is kind of my testing grounds for how I like to commentate with people. I can try stuff out. It's not like a enormously big, tournament or anything, so I can kind of just do what I want and mess around with it. Nobody's telling me, oh, I need to run my broadcast XYZ ways, so that's kind of nice. I could get pretty much mostly full control. Obviously, I need to have delay and don't want to piss off ESL or anything, but yeah, it's pretty free for me. So I'm going to be casting with Drenok, see how that goes. Hopefully it'll go well. I know that he's a pretty awesome caster. He does a lot of ASL work, and he casts a lot with Cybert. If you guys are familiar with Cybert, I've done some commentary with him. But besides that, that is the most, the only really planned cast that I have coming up this next week. It's kind of been a little bit quiet for me ever since Breakout Invitational stopped. Team Gravity Fight Night is something I always want to do, but I'm not going to be able to do whenever it overlaps with the ESL NA Open, or at least unless I decide to skip out on ESL NA Open that week. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Generally, I try and stay at least a little bit consistent with ESL, so probably not going to be happening this week. Besides that, going to try and actually do some sort of chill streams. Haven't done one for a while and kind of missing it. Missing just being able to commentate a little bit more frequently. And just probably getting things in order. I also have an idea for a tournament that I've been really wanting to do for a while, but I've had a lot of trouble getting off the ground. Right now, time is not as much of an issue in terms of time for casting and stuff. I still am pretty busy with everything else going on, but I think I might try and at least organize a show match with the kind of tournament gimmick idea. I've been talking about this for months and months. I've been trying to organize this since January, and I think I could only get 6 of the 8 players I really wanted for this of the same level, because it's a pretty weird gimmicky idea. I've had a couple of players turn me down on it, but I'm hoping it'll be a lot of fun. I already have kind of a tournament prize pool reserved for it, but I think I might just dip into that a little bit, try it out with a best of, well, I won't even say what the best of is just because it might give it away. Don't worry, it's not a best of 69. I'm not crazy like Zombie Garber Rifkin, but I think it'll be a lot of fun, and it's going to require a different best of format because of the gimmick idea. But regardless, I'm going to try and look into planning that. If I can get something like that going, maybe I can do something next weekend. But we'll have to wait and see. One other thing did end up happening. I got a report for NA Ladder Heroes for a potential map hacker, or whatever you want to call them. And that was for Believe. Believe, formerly known as Naya, formerly known as Believe. Is someone who's been of a contention in the StarCraft community, is known for being fairly BM on different occasions, especially on the NA ladder, and is someone submitted a replay on the Team Liquid post or Team Liquid forum saying that, Believe was caught map hacking because of a really, really strange looking blink. It happened where a medevac was coming in, and Believe happened to be blinking down into the medevac to pick it off, or so it seemed. But upon further review and getting a lot of input from a lot of different other players, including players that were posting in the thread, and players who I know don't really get along with Believe, as well as some that do and I know have a history of being friends with Believe, a lot of people were kind of speculating on either end, and the ultimate conclusion that I've come to is that even though it looks fairly suspicious, I can't really prove or reasonably say, this was map hacking. This was definitely not an instance of luck, because Believe did have a lot of other things going on in the game, especially if you've just seen the GIF. I highly implore you to go take a look at the actual replay, because there are a lot of other things that are going on in that situation where Believe has his stalker's position, his main base for a while. He's kind of getting ready for potential drop, and as the medevac comes in, it almost seems like, he's setting up a proxy pawn on the other side of the map. He has his mothership core as a natural expansion in case an army comes in over there. And his stalkers almost look like they're not blinking down to intercept the drop. They're blinking down to the low ground to try and start to get aggressive, because he's setting up the proxy pawn on the other side of the map. He's looking to get aggressive. He is... If you also notice, he doesn't immediately just right-click on the medevac as soon as it comes into vision. It's kind of this weird pause for like 1 or 2 seconds, and then he clicks on the medevac. So there's a lot of things where it could go either way. It could have been luck, could have been map hacks. It's really too hard to say anything, so I'm going to say that it's not admissible evidence to say that Believe has been map hacking. He also posted 60 or so of his last replays on the ladder, so if you really want to go find evidence, you're really convinced that Believe is a map hacker, you can go through that. He posted on the Team Liquid forum in the map hacker report thread. So there's that. But besides that, haven't been any other instances. Good or kind of more fun news is the fact that NA Ladder Heroes has got a new website. And oh my god, Troy Pavlik has done an amazing job with this website. It is going to be tracking everything. Actually, you know what? I did not set this up, but let me go ahead and grab a screen region of it right now. It looks freaking beautiful. Look at how amazing this is. You got our awesome, of course, currently registered players. We got our standings, about page, all that good stuff. But this is actually updated live. So right now, if you went at the time of the recording for this to the GM player list, you would see that Guitar Cheese is rank 5, has this number of points. Miso, who's also signed up, is rank 8, has this many points, etc. This is updated minute to minute, I believe, by the wonderful, wonderful Troy Pavlik. And of course, he's not sitting there 24/7 updating these scores. No, this is all an automated process where he's pulling from Battle.net. So this is going to be your go-to way to see what the current rankings are. I'm going to talk to Troy, see if we can get some sort of area. As you, you probably can't see it over here, but to the right over here, it says more coming soon. But we're going to be seeing probably listings of, where people are in terms of point values for the month, how many times people have won before, etc. All kinds of awesome, potentially fun graphs and charts. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that stuff. So go check it out at ladderhero.es. It's a Ladder Heroes, but the ES is in a part of the URL. You guys get it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's a pretty good stopping point. I've talked actually for a good bit of time now. I don't want to keep these too long. So check out ESL NA Open on Saturday, June 14th. Saturday, June 14th. That's going to be me casting with Drenok. Be on the lookout for a Chillcast coming sometime this next week. I'm not entirely sure when exactly it's going to be. I'll probably send out some tweets about it. You guys can follow me over at FearDragon64 on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, etc. I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. That would be the wonderful, wonderful Bartoof. We got Joshua Weston. We got Gulio Prone. We got Zelsam, Bobble Convolute, KJ Freedom, Zizla, and Technotrance. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you guys so much for supporting me on Patreon. And if you guys do want to support me on Patreon, you can do that over at patreon.com/FearDragon64. All the money is going to be going into events that I've been running or planning to run. And for right now, that means NA Ladder Heroes, if you're pledging support before the beginning of July. So guys, thank you so much for checking this out, and I'll see you guys next week. Or hopefully tomorrow if you guys decide to tune in.